So I was talking just recently about a date that I went on about a year and a half ago, and this girl was really interesting in her process of dating. She was very well. She had a process. She would meet you halfway. You guys would only talk for so long, and then you would meet, and she wasn't going to budge on it, and that's great because that's her system. It works for her. She's not wishy-washy. But then date comes around and it's question time, and it's there's a lot that was just right up in my face, and I could see that it wasn't working for her. As I actually knew a couple other guys that had dated this girl, great girl, she really was, just a stellar being, but she was just overdoing it, and so what came up for me is what kind of things should you guys talk about on a first date? What kind of things should you disclose? Should you disclose, about your kids and your work and, criminal history and addictions and you were a different gender 10 years ago? I don't know. None of that is really necessary in the first date. The first date, I really believe, is to just go out and have fun. Just have fun. Ask questions and talk and get to know each other. But I don't feel that there's any one thing that people need to know in the very first date. Never will I support someone that says I needed to know that in the first date. No, because we all have a skeleton in our closet or some kind of baggage to one extent or another. So really in the first date, just get into that really serious stuff. Have her like you first, but there's no real commitment. She's not attached. It's not too late to walk away, but just have fun. That's what the first date is for. The first date is a very superficial thing, and superficial to some extent is absolutely necessary in a successful relationship and in the dating process. So, in the second date, if there are some really serious things that need to be discussed, I would start getting into some of that, at least getting into the subjects. If somebody is HIV positive, that is the second date. You need to let her know in the second date, him know, or whatever. In the first date, though, I don't even think stuff like that's necessary because we all have the right to go out and date. But even later on, the third and fourth dates are when, even in the second date, you shouldn't be talking about how many sexual partners you've had or, even bringing your kids around the significant other. But when you get into 3, 4, 5 dates, those are the dates where perhaps the person you're dating should meet the kids. Should know if you are very wealthy or if you're unemployed. Like, those things should be covered in the dating process. But before real serious commitments are ever made, somebody should fully know who you are. And so if you want to map or schedule that out, good for you. But you know what? Nothing has to be said as a rule in the first date. No. And the rest is up to you.